I overcame that because I had to. Too many gay teens commit suicide because I couldn't get over it. I learned that God loves me, just like He says He does. The struggle was hard, very hard, but it was good for me. I regained that dream of having a family with a loving and committed partner, and now with 2 beautiful daughters. Our daughter Grace was born this past November. She's sleeping through the night, which makes our lives a little bit more mundane and not as eventful, but we'll take it. HB 436 is about preserving and protecting the loving and committed relationship and the family that Bob and I have built together, and honoring the love and commitment of all families. Now, we've heard that we can't get married because of the welfare of children. One of the speakers impliedly said I was a child abuser. Somehow, the logic of that argument is that it would be real bad to let gay people, who are even those who already have kids, to get married. Somehow, stabilizing these relationships is bad for children. I happen to disagree. Children deserve to know that their relationships with both of their parents are stable and legally recognized. Our society provides a set of stabilizing structures to children of married couples because it is in the best interest of children to grow up in a stable home and family. And this applies to all children, whether their parents are gay or straight. Despite what we've been led or asked to believe, the generally accepted social science tells a very different story. The leading national associations of those professionals whose job it is to safeguard the best interests of children flatly reject those claims. The American Academy of Family Practitioners, the Child Welfare League of America, the National Council on Adoptable Children, the Psychiatric Association, the Psychoanalytic Association, the American Academy of Pediatricians. The AAP's formal policy is, quote, children who grow up with gay or lesbian parents fare just as well in emotional, cognitive, social, and sexual functioning as do children whose parents are heterosexual. Children's optimal development appears to be influenced more by the nature of the relationships and interactions within the family unit than by the particular structural form that it takes. Bob and I love our kids more than we thought possible. And as teachers, gush at how confident she is, how empathetic she is, and how loving and affectionate that she is. She is described as having an alpha personality, and boy, don't we know it. We sit down at dinner every night, well, except last night. We say grace, and then Emma tells us about her day. Oh, God, I love that. Strengthening our family with HB 436 would only add to Emma's and Grace's well-being. It is absurd to say that it would take away from it. Probably the most frequently asked question I've heard this week is that you have civil unions. What do you need? Civil unions, by design, clearly segregate gays and lesbians from straight couples in the law. It's separate but equal all over again. Would you volunteer to ride the back of the bus? Would you, as a married person, voluntarily give up your marriage license to downgrade it to a civil union's license? Separate can never be equal. That is a fundamental American value. And civil unions are no exception to that rule. My own personal experience, as we're adopting Grace, we're still in the middle of that process. We spent thousands of dollars more to ensure that we could jointly adopt Grace. We believe that the optimal, not the only, but the optimal environment for raising children is with two parents. We said we would not adopt in New Hampshire if we could not jointly adopt Grace. So we spent thousands of dollars with our attorney and with the court getting a court order affirming, as one of the first tests of the civil unions law, that we could jointly adopt. And so she will soon officially become a member of our family. But generally, under New Hampshire law, civil union partners are not spouses for several programs: food stamps, Medicaid, Healthy Kids, Gold or Silver, Breast and Cervical Cancer Program, and other programs. And as we all know, under federal law, which confers 1,138 benefits and protections linked to the marriage relationship, are denied to us. Social Security survival benefits, joint tax filings, tax-free health benefits. Bob has to pay more income tax because the college gives him that benefit of health benefits that are extended to me. Married couples don't pay that, what I call the gay tax. Medicare spousal benefits and numbers of others. I just prepared my income taxes. They're coming due soon. After almost 20 years of being in a committed relationship, I have to check the single filing status box. It's a lie, but it's one that I have to perpetuate. But I want to be clear, absolutely clear. HB 436 is not just about the benefits. It's about our lives. My family is inferior in the eyes of the law, just like the way we designed the civil union's law to be. Separate is not equal. We've heard it's not the right time to do this. We have a huge budget deficit that we're working on. I offer we can do more than two things at the same time. If you believe that equality is a fundamental American value, why is it okay to have second-class citizens? Why is it okay to have them second-class citizens now rather than later, when someday it might be the right time? When do we know it'll be the right time? That argument was told to African Americans, women, religious minorities, all to keep them from full participation in this equal and American society. Was it okay to keep women from the vote until 1920 because we hadn't yet reached the right time? Was it okay to keep blacks from marrying whites until 1967 because all of a sudden someone waved a magic wand in 1967 and said, now's the right time? Now is the right time to pass HB 436. It is always the right time to do the right thing.